Hi, and welcome back to Family Farms. This is video number 2 for the day. I'll post them at different times, obviously, but I had made my video this morning, and then we get a special delivery. Chip Drop finally brought us our chips. Whew, just wait till y'all see. Come on, let's go look. Like, I don't know if you can tell the massiveness of the pile of wood chips that we have, but we've got our work cut out for us. We had planned on a nice, relaxing evening tonight because we've been very busy recently, but God had other plans. Let's get to work. Obviously it's a new day. It's a little rainy outside, so this is probably going to be a short video, but I wanted to give you guys an update. As I said in the beginning of this video, we had the wood chips delivered and we made a lot of great progress on putting those out, but there's still a lot to go. So let's kind of go through and see where we've placed the wood chips, and then at the end we'll take a look at the pile. But in this, it's gonna kind of end up being my first official full-on tour, so let's get right to it. We'll start at my front bed. This one, it's very slowly developing. I had purchased, I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but I had purchased a couple of forsythia bushes that were in like the neglected pile at the nursery, just because it was the end of season and they really needed to be planted out. But I've got those in here. We've got a ton of monkey grass poking through here and there. I had planted a beautiful peony there-ish last year, but it's not come up yet. I'm hoping it does come back, but it may or may not. There was a azalea bush right here as well, but it struggled really bad last year, so we've moved that to another place, and I'll show you where that is. But in that, I also have a couple of peonies that I got from Aldi, and I have planted them out here, and they're coming up. I don't think they'll flower this year just because it is their first year in the ground, so I don't think it'll do much, if anything, besides get some leaves. All right, and then next we have our tree bed here, and this is just a bunch of irises that we've moved from other places to place around this tree. All of these rocks were already here on the property. Most of them were in this bed, just in random spots and things. So one day I got a hankering to just do something with them, and I did this, and I enjoy it very much. Little side note here, we recently sowed a bunch of clover seed because that's what takes really well in our area, in our shaded in our shaded lawn. So we've got all of that kind of going throughout here and popping up. Super excited about that. And then here is our front bed, and this is just real life. I didn't clean up. This is just how it is. This is in a minute. We'll go to the pile in a minute, okay? You can. Alright, so this is our front bed. We've got some variegated grass here. I forget what this one's called. If I find the name, I will put it up on the screen. Another little tree bush thing that came from the pot that neglected needs to be planted out pile at the nursery. It's not doing too hot. It should be budded out and flowering this spring, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I left it. We'll see what it does. And then I've got some sage growing in here, as well as some Dusty Miller back there that just quite haven't broke dormancy yet. My very sad hydrangea. It does have some new leaves down at the base, but it's just not doing great. And it's my fault, but whatever. All right, and then we have these juniper bushes here, as well as a bunch of monkey grass down this way. Okay, and back here we have this skinny bed with, I don't know the name of the bushes of these tall ones here, but they get pretty red berries on them. And then my azalea that I moved. It is much happier here. She's got blooms and is loaded up with more, so she's gonna be very happy there. Our poor side yard that's struggling. Another little bit of a bed that goes into Rory Lee. Come. That goes into our side porch area here. We've got this. Nothing's planted in here. We had tried another forsythia bush, but the dog decided it looked like a great chew toy and pulled it right out. And then down this way, we've got a small garden in front of our animal area. Okay, there's my chickens. I had planted a couple things in here, and they just did not do well, partly because of the dog, partly because of soil issues that we've had. But one thing that has come back is the clematis that I planted. Oh, and that wind has knocked her down, but it's took her in here. But we've got this little clematis that's growing back, and I'm super excited for her. Look at her, so sweet. Hopefully she does well, and we'll just kind of sprawl up that whole area. Another find that I got off the struggle bus at the nursery, and still struggling. But as you can see, we've put these wood chips out all over the ground here. It's just rocks. There's not dirt. It's just rocks and acorns. So we are going to fill this entire area with wood chips and let it be that, because we don't want to like excavate a ton of this out or bring in a ton of topsoil or anything. So this is what we're gonna do. We've kind of started in on this area, and my husband did this portion partly to control, sorry, dog poo, partly to control the leaves that were blowing up as he was doing this work during a big windstorm. As you can tell, leaves just everywhere thanks to all of our wonderful trees. But that brings us up to our next little garden area, bed area type thing. This is our son's sandbox that we built, and then all of this was just mulched out with these little pavers going through, and we've kind of reconfigured that a couple different times, but we extended this bed. It used to just stop like right there, so we extended that out, raised this area some, so that way we could get that a bit more level. Your sandbox, it was much more tilted before, so this is great. Extended that out. We have our little steps up to the path, and then this is going to be my wildflower area. We have monkey grass and trees growing up in here, some daffodils over there. When we moved, there were 2 rose bushes. One's doing great, the other one, dog thought it was a chew toy, so have that. I have a couple little tulips in there. They've not sprouted or anything, they just shot up the greenery, and that's that. More irises here. There were more down through this, but when I decided to make this my wildflower area this year, we dug all those out and moved them up around. We left these because they're not doing any harm, and then right here is our blackberry bush. Hopefully we will be adding some more of those. And then that brings us to the wood chip pile. And my bagged garden of lettuce and volunteer cantaloupes, I'm guessing. Have our strawberries here. Nothing else is planted in any of this just yet. The wood chips kind of took over. This area here is all supposed to be garden and wood chips. So we have a lot of work to do. But here's the things that I planted out in the last video. Everything's looking wonderful. Even got some new little flowers on a few. That one's about open. That one's opening up. So it's looking great. Couple wood chips have been kicked in because my toddler loves to climb up on that. Our tomatoes are looking lovely. Our bell peppers here. More tomatoes. All looking gorgeous. And then arugula. My volunteer one that I'm just leaving. Carrots in those 2. More lettuce here. And then our radishes, which are looking quite lovely. And then this is the rest of our in-ground bed. I've got some lettuce here that's growing from seed that the plants threw up last year. A couple of them got ate by the wood chips. I mean, here's a couple poking out right there. But there's some other green leaf lettuces that are back in there that have been demolished by our wood chip pile. And last but not least, my little grass lettuce. The little seed that just decided it was going to grow in the grass. Our full garden tour. I'm going to get back inside before this rain continues to give me an afro. Curly hair and rain doesn't mix. So yeah, until next time, I hope you have a great day.